Welcome back everyone to the NFT Gaming Noob channel. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday. I figured I'd jump back into streaming with a quick, easy video on Alien Worlds. It's a game on the Wax blockchain. So if you're not familiar with the Wax blockchain, it's a little different than the rest of them, and I'll explain kind of why there's differences. It's typically a much cheaper, lower entry platform to get into games on. As always, quickly, this is not intended as financial advice. This is just my experience with this particular game. Hopefully it helps some people out who are looking into it. And yeah, so we'll jump into it here. So first off, you'll need a Wax wallet. So if you go to wallet.wax.io, you'll get prompted to open a wallet. It's like all the other ones where you need to put in all information. You'll get your 12-word code. Make sure you save it somewhere safe so no one can find it. And then you'll have access, and your dashboard will kind of look like what I've got pulled up here. So when you come to your Wax wallet, the first thing you see are kind of their top apps. I haven't tried many of these. I've dove a little bit into Farmer's World and Farming Tales. Just a quick note on both of those. The cost of entry is actually really, really high, so I haven't tried them yet. It's quite expensive to get into, and I just don't see the ROI making sense. But Alien Worlds, you can actually get into for kind of nothing. It's not really. There's a bit of a catch because you can't do anything on the Wax blockchain for free. So with that being said, we'll just explain that real quick. So to do anything on the Wax blockchain in Alien Worlds or any other game, you need to stake some Wax to the CPU. So you see here on the right hand side it says resources. So you need to get some Wax in your Wax wallet. I personally first time started off with like 10 Wax, so it's like $5, just to kind of get a feel for the network and everything. So I put my $10 of Wax in. I personally bought it on through crypto.com app. That's the easiest way to get Wax that I've found. So I bought it on crypto.com, transferred it over to my Wax wallet. It was pretty slick. I will say it took like 10 to 15 minutes. It was a little bit shorter or longer time frame to get that Wax over than some of the other blockchains have been. Once you get it over here, then you'll need to stake some of it. So like I said, when I first started, I put like 10 Wax in. So what I did is I actually staked 6 to CPU, 4 to net, and I didn't put anything in RAM because I didn't know what the heck any of these things meant. Now that I've had a little bit of experience, so really all you want to do is stake CPU. CPU is what's used for any of the games that you're actually going to play. Net, my understanding, is for developers. So people who want to build on the Wax blockchain need to have some net or need to understand how net works. And then RAM is how you kind of interact with staking and unstaking. So they give you a little bit of RAM to start with. I think they give you like 5 kilobytes, but you run through it relatively quickly. And then if you want to unstake, so the only thing I've found so far that you need RAM for is unstaking. And so as you can see, I still have the 4 Wax in my net that I originally put in there when I first got on the Wax blockchain. It's stuck there until I put more Wax into RAM. And so I'm pretty sure after some playing around, I would need to put 2 more Wax into my RAM in order to have the ability to take out the 4 Wax that are in there. So technically I could net myself 2 Wax back. For now, I'm just going to leave it in there because whatever. I mean, it's $2. Not going to worry about it. But for everybody watching this, don't put anything in net. Put all your stuff in CPU. So for me, originally I had 6 Wax in CPU and 4 Wax in net. With 6 Wax in CPU, I couldn't play Alien Worlds every time it was on cooldown. And you'll see what I mean by cooldown in a minute. But so then I started playing some other games on the Wax network. So I ended up now I've settled in at I've got 100 Wax staked on CPU. I'm playing 2 games regularly, Alien Worlds and Crypture World. And this is a situation where calling these games is kind of dumb because it's not a game. You're clicking a button every so often. But like the possibilities are kind of cool, and you are gaining tokens for clicking those buttons. So just a caveat, it's not really a game, or at least not in my opinion. So with 100 wax, I've been able to do both my stuff on Crypture World and Alien Worlds every time it's on cooldown without an issue. If you don't put enough CPU in, you'll get an error when you try to play, quote unquote play. So I would recommend, if you just want to try it out, grab yourself like 10 wax, like $5 a wax, throw it in CPU, and then you can at least experience it. So once you've got some staked, then you can go to Alien Worlds. So I've got Alien Worlds already open. And then once you open your Alien Worlds, you'll get a free avatar, this male human. You'll get him for free, and you'll get a standard shovel for free. And so like this is all you need to start mining. So with your standard avatar and your standard tool, you're going to get hardly anything, like 0.000 some trillium every time you mine. So we'll just do a mine with my stuff right now. Unfortunately, the wax network does seem to be going a little slow today, so we'll see how this... Typically, up until today, my experience has been you click on the yellow mine button, and then you click on the blue claim mine button, and then the approve, unapprove, whatever, like confirmation through your wallet thing pops up like immediately. As you can see here, I'm hiding it on my camera, but it says unable to open pop-up window. So I just clicked on it twice and it errored out for me. That's been happening today. Now this is what it usually looks like, and it usually goes that quick. And then typically, so then you see there, I got 0.0467 trillion. So if we look at CoinGecko quick, and we look at Trillium, 0.0467, I think it was, maybe. Trillium's at 0.219. So I made 1 cent on that button click. So you're definitely not making a ton of money. And if you're only using the standard shovel, you're going to make 1/3 of that. So you're not going to rake it in with this, but keep in mind I just clicked the button and it's giving me a token. So with the one thing you can do to quickly up your gains, at least like by a factor, is you can get more standard shovels. So you see here in my equipment, I've got standard shovel, and then it says 3 copies owned, kind of in the middle there. You can buy more equipment, so you get the avatar for free, the shovel for free, but you can buy more stuff. Go into Atomic Hub. So the link I happen to have was for Crypture World. But you'll see here Alien Worlds is one of the top ones. And then if you go to Tools, and there's a ton of listings, so it takes a little bit. You can see here you can buy more shovels for 0.1 wax, so 5 cents. I think what people are doing here is they're making tons and tons of Alien Worlds accounts with different wax wallets, and so then they're selling the free standard shovel for 5 cents. Technically, having more than one Alien Worlds account is against their rules, so I wouldn't go that route of making 3 accounts and then transferring them all to one to save yourself 10 cents. That seems kind of silly, just in case you get caught. So just come here, buy 2 extra standard shovels. I mean, you can buy other stuff too, obviously. There's like capacitors. What the heck else is there? There's more rare stuff. But obviously it costs quite a bit more money. So like you can buy this sword, which I don't know what it does, for like $12. I'm just going through what I've actually done. So what I did is I came here, I bought myself 2 extra shovels for like 0.2 wax, so like 10 cents or 20 cents, whatever. And that's what I'm using right now. It's 3 standard shovels. So with my 3 standard shovels, my click got me 0.05. I've been doing this. I only had 1 shovel for probably the first 2 weeks. I only had 3 shovels for the last 2-3 weeks. And so I'm up to 17 trillion. And I just prefer to let this run in the background while I'm playing Gods Unchained, Kingdom Carnage, Splinterlands, watching YouTube, whatever. I just have this going, and it'll ding when that timer's up, and you come and click your button, and you go back. So by doing that and clicking, that button like hundreds of times by now, because I just sit at my computer all day, I've made in Trillium points like $4. Breaking the bank? No. But this was my entry into the Wax network, and I mean the game is still developing. So $4 is $4. And actually, if you look at Trillium right now, because they're kind of doing a big sale where they're actually selling, like they'll give you an extra like 30% if you buy Trillium in bulk. So it actually got up to 26 cents. We're back down to 20 cents. It's high. Well, let's see. What's its all-time high? Its all-time high was $7. It's never getting back there. But I mean, in the last 180 days, it's gotten up to nearly 50 cents. So I mean, definitely not gonna get rich doing this. I'm not sure what people are getting in Trillium with better equipment, like what the ROI would be. But I mean, for this, I'm essentially into this game like 20 cents. I obviously have my Wax staked, but theoretically I could unstake that and sell it. So I don't really view that as something money I've spent, because I do still have access to it, and it's giving me functionality. So on the tool side, I can explain, like, if you do want to look at buying more tools. So the little mining pick over here is the Trillium mining power. So the shovel has a 1 power. Obviously not very high. The middle thing with like the square on, I don't know, like a raised platform, that's the proof of work, like makes it faster. So my understanding from reading some things is that if you're doing this on mobile, the proof of work, because essentially it is using your computer, it makes it easier to do this on mobile. I do it on my mobile and have no problems. So I don't think that number matters. And then the one on the right there, the little star kind of looking thing, is the like NFT modifier, which doesn't apply currently. Originally when the game came out, you could get lucky and find an NFT when you're mining. That's been disabled for quite a while now, so you can't get NFTs. So that's kind of a pointless stat currently. I don't know if they're going to bring that back. I haven't really seen anything on that. So to pick a world, so this is something that I learned recently. So right now, so you can, when you go to mining, click on the little button over here, switch planet. I'm currently mining Magor, and I'm currently mining, I wrote this down, 3814. So this is the specific land plot I'm currently mining. So just to go over this quick, so the coordinates are top right, so you can see I typed in 3814, that's 3814. The top button, or top number here, 10%, that's what this landowner is charging in Trillium every time you mine. So every time I mine, they get 10% of whatever number I get. This number I've seen as low as like 1. I'll explain why I'm at 10% in a minute. The 3 times is how long the charge. So like this 8 minutes is because it's 3x. So my base is then like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that. So it's 3x that. This can go up, I think the highest I've seen is 5. So if this is 5x, then just how many times you can mine goes down. But like it equals out, you get more Trillium if you have a longer cooldown. Bottom left is mining power 2.2. Again, the middle symbol is proof of work. Doesn't matter unless you're on mobile, maybe. And then the NFT miner modifier on the bottom right. Obviously, like I mentioned, the NFTs are turned off. So again, worthless stat. So the reason I personally am mining this particular land is because recently I figured out or found out that a lot of these landowners will do giveaways. So if you mine their land during a certain time period, you'll get entered in to win NFTs or other things. So like I just found this out like a week and a half ago. And so there's this one. This is the one I'm in current. The reason why I'm mining this one. So on December 16th, I started mining this one. And they're doing drops of these like Christmas NFTs, whatever, packs of NFTs. If you mine their land, which is kind of cool. Like, obviously they're getting a little bit of kickback, and like it's a potential for you to gain something extra. So maybe with this, it's a little more value, like worthwhile to click the button every 8 minutes. I haven't won anything yet, but like you can go in and you can look at the list and you can see that your wax wallet's on there just from mining it. You don't have to do anything else. You just gotta go mine one of these lands. So this one on the right, 3814 is the one I'm on. And it, like, they know that you're the one mining it, and you get entered into the raffle. Seems like they're on the up and up. I'm in their Discord channel. So their Discord channel is... I'm in too many of these now. This one, the Alien Art Mining. So yeah, like, I definitely recommend you do some research. There's tons of people who own land who are doing giveaways like this. So go find a giveaway, find that particular land, and start mining. It's like you can see here, they're giving away a Trillium Detector, which is a different mining tool, 4 times the mining power than the shovel. So yeah, figured it'd be a cool way to maybe earn another tool. Yeah, that's kind of it. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Definitely not gonna make a ton of money doing this. Maybe Trillium goes back to like 50 cents, and then I've got like $10. Who knows? I have no idea. If you get enough Trillium, you can convert it over to the Binance network, and then you can stake it. But to do that, you need 100 Trillium. Obviously, I'm not there yet, but maybe by like the middle of 2022, I will be. Or maybe I'll get some better tools, and my Trillium production will go up. Who knows? I'll check this out once I can. But essentially, what you can do is you can stake your Trillium, and then you can go on these missions. So I can connect my Binance now. Whatever. Sure. And then so they've got these missions you can sign up for. Galaxy Exploration Series, 4 weeks. So you go for 4 weeks. Like you essentially just stake some amount of Trillium. I'm not sure how many. And then between all of those people, that 120,000 Trillium gets distributed. So let's see. So everybody's going to get 338 Trillium per spacecraft. But to join the mission, you need... So one spacecraft is 1,000 Trillium. I'm way off of that. So, like, if you have a bunch, you could potentially get some cool stuff. So, like, you can see here, my available Trillium 0, because I haven't moved any over to Binance. I think you need 100 Trillium just to send it to Binance. So, maybe I'll buy some Trillium specifically to be able to start joining these missions. So I do think the future of Alien Worlds is kind of cool. Not going to do that today because obviously for these missions in particular, what do you got? Well, this one you got 20 minutes to join. This one you got 3 hours and 20 minutes to join. Yeah. I don't have any enough liquidity right now to jump into this within the next 3 hours, but so that's Alien Worlds. Again, not making a bunch of money, but it is one you can get into for effectively free. Start getting the feel for the Wax Network. I think getting an idea of how the Wax Network works is valuable. I'll do another video on Crypture Worlds, which is I'm playing. Again, playing seems like such a silly adjective to use, but I'm clicking buttons in this one as well, where you're kind of like collecting monsters and doing adventures and stuff. So there's quite a few projects coming out on the Wax Network that Alien Worlds can be a good gateway for you to start understanding the Wax Network, get a feel for it. So yeah, for the cost of entry, I definitely recommend it. But if you think you're gonna get into it and become rich, that's not the idea. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you got any comments, please leave them below. If you want to join my Discord, you can. Please follow if you don't mind. Subscribing would be great. Check me out on Twitter. I'll be doing more of these videos. Mostly on, coming up next will probably be Encryption World, Chain Monsters. I'm playing a lot of Splinterlands, but there's enough videos out there that I don't think I'd just be a tiny mouse in a giant ocean, so that seems kind of silly. But if you got any questions on Splinterlands or anything else, or any other NFT game, I've played quite a few of them. Starting to get a pretty good feel for them, and yeah, happy to answer any questions I can. Have a good one, guys.